Okay, we should be live over here. Let's see what happens. There it is. We are live. Let me check my audio. Let's see what happens. Yep, there it is. And then I'm going to run a little test with my audio here. There it is. We are live. Let me check my audio.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, everything's working properly. The only thing I can't do is adjust. Oh, it's locked. That's why. Let me turn down that microphone. Checking the audio. Okay, everything's working properly. The only thing I can't do is adjust. Oh, it's locked. That's why. Let me turn down that microphone. Okay, let's turn off this audio. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the 6-week video boot camp. I go live at 9 a.m. inside my boot camp community. Let me go ahead and show you that. Let me bring it up on the screen here. Let's go over here to there. And then let me bring this. Let me bring this over here. And let's bring that up to here. Okay, great. Getting the swing of this live broadcasting. So this is the Video Marketing Mastery community. So when you visit marketingyourbusinesswithvideo.com, what's going to happen is it's going to direct you. Let me actually show you. It's going to direct you to, let me see if I can do an incognito window. And I have to change that to there. So what's going to happen if you go to marketingyourbusinesswithvideo.com, it's going to take you to my community. So this is a community built on Go High Level. It's my own private community. It's part of the Rise IQ success community. I teach a lot of different things inside the Rise IQ success community, and Video Marketing Mastery is one of them. So once you create a login, you're going to have access to all this stuff. So let me go ahead and close that. And then I will go back to this screen. So once you get logged into the community, this is kind of like the home page here. And then you can visit the communities tab over here on the left. And when you do that, you're going to see all my different communities. So the community that we're focused on right now is this video marketing mastery community. But right after the video marketing mastery community, we jump into the high level coaching and training. And I live stream and I teach about Go High Level. And then later on in the day, we come back to the AI Content Creators Club community. And I teach people about AI. And then during the week, I do live sessions for my community, support sessions for Go High Level inside the Rise IQ community. So let me go into the video marketing mastery community. And show you what I got here. So once you join this community, there's going to be a bunch of channels over on the left. But what you want to do is you want to go to the events tab and you want to check out all the events. So today, if you click on today's date, you can see that at 9 a.m. we go live inside the paid boot camp. And depending on, you know, who's there, if nobody's there, then I'll just go live and we will talk about video marketing mastery. And then at 10 a.m. I do a live session. This is an open session. So at a minimum, we'll be doing that here on YouTube. And then at 11 a.m., I do a boot camp onboarding. So if you want to join the boot camp, then you can join and we'll do an onboarding session here at 11. And then at noon, I do the high level coaching and training. And then also at 3, I do the high level coaching and training. And then at 4, I do the AI live workshop. So it's a full day of video, high level, and AI. And then today, I actually have a client from 1 to 2 where I'm going to be teaching the leader and their team how to use high level. So I also do paid custom training sessions for people. So we're doing that today from 1 to 2, but that's a private class. Okay. So it is almost 9. So let me show you how you would get in. So once you get logged in to the community, let's say you were going to come to the 10 a.m. session. You would click on this and then click on this location link, which is the video room. And when you click on that link, it'll take you straight into the video conferencing area inside of my community. But I'm not going to do that because I'm going to click on this one, which is the paid boot camp session. So the $47 a month gets you access to this class right here. And in this class, what I do is I teach how to create better videos for video marketing for your business. So I'm going to get ready to go live here. We've only got 4 minutes left. So I'm going to click on that.
This is a reminder. Get on 6-week video boot camp.
And my computer's a little slow because I'm streaming So I'm going to close down some of these windows here.
Get on 6-week video boot camp.
Okay, so here we are inside the community. And I'm going to go live a little bit early just to make sure everything's working properly. So as you can see, it's connecting to the room. And then the only thing I won't be able to do is I won't be able to use my video inside the community because my video is being tied up by YouTube and OBS. So not a big deal because I'm going to be sharing my screen anyway. And that's more important than seeing me. So I'm going to get my share screen ready here. Let's go ahead and bring this over here. Onto that screen. And then I'm going to change. I'm going to share. I'm going to share this window. And I'm going to share it with sound. So now I'm sharing my screen inside of my community. And then I'm going to go over here to YouTube and make sure I'm sharing the right screen over here. So let's go over here. And we'll turn that on. And we're going to move this up in the chain to right there. And then I'm going to move myself up here. And I'll make myself a little bit smaller so I'm not in the way of anything important. Okay, so we are good to go. Let's see if we're sharing okay over there on YouTube. So a little bit smaller. There we go. Audio's coming through good. Okay, let's hide that. And let's start our session because it is 9 o'clock straight up. I'm going to minimize this. And I'm going to keep an eye on the community here. Okay. So the whole idea, let me spin this guy around a little bit so you can see me. All right. So the whole idea with documentary style video is you're telling stories. And you know what documentaries are. You know, they're hour, 2 hour long, 3 hour long, whatever. And they tell a story. And what makes documentary different than Hollywood is in Hollywood, they write a script and then they go shoot all the parts and they may do, 20 takes for one part. And then the editor has to come back and look at the script and say, okay, this is part A, right? This is part B. And they have to choose which take was the best. Maybe there's certain parts of a take that are better than other parts. So that's why they did the take multiple times. And then the editor has to go clip out certain sentences from, say, actor A, their performance for part A. and then they do part B, right? So it's kind of like putting together a puzzle and then choosing the right pieces. Well, with documentary style video or film, you just have random footage. So let me show you some of the random footage I have here. So this footage is footage that I got from my master's program in documentary editing, and it's about Anthony the photographer. And I particularly love this because I'm a photographer and I can really relate to Anthony and what he's doing in this footage. So let me just play a little bit of this footage and see if it comes through okay. And what I need to do is I need to come over here and be ready to mute my audio mic, because when I play the footage, it's going to come through my microphone as well. So let me go ahead and mute myself and I'll play a little bit of it. Actually, the audio is not important, so I'm going to just turn off the audio and I'm just going to play it. So you can see here that the videographer is getting a close-up of Anthony's hand and his camera, and Anthony's tapping his foot. And this is footage of Anthony and Venice. And then he pulled back and he's going to focus on something else. Okay, so now Anthony's taking a picture. So the videographer pulled back and he's capturing Anthony, capturing that building. So like that clip right there of Anthony taking pictures, if I put an in point right there and then I let it play out, so there it went bad, right? But if I just go back a little bit to right there and I do an out point, so now that one little segment right there, I could use that one little segment that's a few seconds long as part of a story about Anthony and Venice, right? And then we can jump down here and we can look at other footage. So this is a little building sign. So that may be a good little clip that I can use, right? Just showing like the old buildings and stuff like that. And let's just jump around here. So there's another clip of, you know, a boat passing by. Okay, so that's a good clip. So there's all kinds of footage in here that can be used for different things. Let me get my windows situated over here on my other screen, just so I can see if anyone's commenting. All right, nobody's commenting yet. And nobody's commenting on the YouTube. All right, so, oh, there's a good view right there. So this is a view of behind Anthony looking out towards the front of the boat. So that is a great clip because it kind of shows what Anthony's looking at, right? So like that right there, I like that, but it's not long enough. So my videographer is going all around there. Okay, right there, I like that. So that is a good clip of Anthony kind of looking out. So I could put a marker right here, right? And I could remember that. So Anthony turned around to take a picture of the videographer. So I could use it up until right there, right? When he starts to lift the camera. So I can put another marker right there. And if I wanted to, I could put some description on this marker. So I could say, Anthony looking at canal, right? Or riding in boat, right? I could say, Anthony riding in boat, looking forward at canal. So later, when I'm looking for that clip, I can search and I can find that particular clip. And then over here, like here, I can use this little close-up. So this is a good point right here. So I can put another marker here, and I can say close-up of Anthony looking at canal, right? And then I could just kind of scroll through here and find some other interesting clips. So let's go back here a little bit. So this is Anthony walking to a seat. So that's kind of interesting, right? So right about there is where it starts to get good. Anthony walking to seat on boat. So that's a good little clip right there. And it starts getting bad. And I don't really want him looking at the camera. So I like it where he sits right there. So I can put a marker on that. So basically what I'm doing is I'm building up little clips that I can use to tell this story. So he's looking at the camera there. I don't really like that. I don't want him looking at the camera talking. See, he's being too interactive with the camera. So here's a general rule. So when you're filming B-roll, which is what this is, you don't want to be looking at the camera. Your subject. You don't want your subject looking at the camera. You want your subject just doing whatever they're doing. So in this case, he's riding the boat. He should just be riding the boat and not interacting with the videographer, because this is all valuable footage right here. And I've got less to work with because he's interacting with the videographer. So if you're recording yourself, then you just want to act like you're doing whatever. You don't want to talk to the camera. Everybody's so used to doing FaceTimes, you know, videos of themselves on camera, kind of like I'm doing here on Facebook, right? I'm doing a video live. So it's not really documentary style. It's more behind the scenes, you know? You're watching me behind the scenes doing a live stream on, oh, what did I do? Did I stop sharing? I think I stopped sharing. Let me go over here and reshare. There we go. Now we're sharing. In my boot camp, I wasn't sharing. So now I am. So there's different types of video, right? Like this video here that you're seeing on Facebook is just a view of me sitting in my chair, doing a live stream. So it's kind of behind the scenes footage. Now, if I really wanted to make proper documentary style footage of me doing this, then I would have to turn my camera horizontal. Because right now I'm shooting vertical video for a Facebook Live. So it's not really good documentary style footage, because as you see on my screen, documentary style footage should be horizontal, not vertical. So I'm kind of breaking my own rule here, but I'm doing it for a specific reason, because I'm Facebook streaming. And as far as I know, you can't Facebook stream horizontal. At least the last time I tried, it didn't work. So I am doing a vertical live stream. But if I wanted to make documentary style footage of me doing this, then I would not be live streaming. Whew, sorry. Yawning because I got up super early today. My day is already half over, and it's not even started yet. I didn't turn off my notifications on my phone, so that's all right. It'll ding away. Chat conversation. Somebody's chatting me. I don't think they're chatting in YouTube, so that's okay. And they're not chatting in Facebook, because I can see that. Let me also plug in my phone over here, because I failed to do that. All right, let's get that plugged in. So now we got juice, and then over here we should have juice as well, but I need to plug in this power because that other power doesn't like to. There we go. Now we got juice. Okay, and let me sit up straight. I was getting too comfy there. So back to the video. So whenever you're recording documentary style video footage, you want to be recording in a horizontal format. So this is a good clip right here of Anthony catching the boat going by. So let's put a marker there. That's a nice little shot. The videographer caught that going by and kind of did a little pan with it. So this is another style of shot here. Boat going by. So it's a nice little kind of action shot, right? Because we've got shots of Anthony sitting, but now we got this nice shot of the boat going by. And I wish, see, if Anthony wasn't screwing around right here and doing this thing, then messing around with the videographer, then he would have seen the boat coming. And then I would have had a shot of him right now pointing at the boat. And then the boat goes by, and then, but now I have to start here. So it would have been better if I had more clip, right? But it still works. I can still use it. But that's why, you know, you always want to be paying attention to your surroundings and not looking at the videographer, because that's useless footage. So when you're doing documentary style editing, then basically there's a lot of kind of just watching. So like here, the videographer just settled in on his face. So now I can put close up of Anthony on boat. And basically you're just laying down markers of different so this is kind of like a wide shot. If Anthony just yawned in the video and he's making me yawn. So I like this close up right here. Let's see if I can use any of this after he yawns. Okay, so I like that part right there. Boat going by. So I may, well, that one he didn't take a picture of. So I like this one here of the close up right here. So this is a pullback. So when you're shooting your footage, you want to have different shot types. So we just saw our close up. We just saw a pan. We just saw a pullback, right? So this is a pullback. Pullback. Anthony on boat. All right. So basically what I would do if I was doing a real editing job is I would just sit here and watch the video, and then I would drop markers like this. And I would say front view of boat. And I would just be dropping markers the whole way. And I could go through it at fast forward. So that was kind of a nice little pan. So the videographer is kind of playing around there. So what I could do is I could just put a marker there of him panning back to catch Anthony. Pan back to Anthony. Maybe I can use that. Because here's the thing, when you're editing a video, say a 30-second video for YouTube or for Facebook or for whatever, you only got 30 seconds. So every clip counts and every frame counts. So I want to have multiple clips that I can insert into that clip, and not just have it be one clip like I am right now, one clip of me doing a Facebook Live, right? Like that's boring. So when you're editing a real storytelling video, you want to have lots of different shot sizes and lots of different clips to cut to, because you want to keep it interesting. Basically, like every 3 seconds, you want something happening. And maybe even faster than that. Maybe every second or 2 seconds, you want a cut to be happening. And it just depends on like the style of video you're creating. Are you trying to create something that's like fast paced, or are you trying to slow it down a little bit, right? So you're going to vary your cutting speed between these different clips, and it depends on your storytelling. So there's a lot of factors that go into this, but the main point I'm making here is that you need to have lots of different shots: close up, medium, wide, moving, panning, still, low angle, high angle. Like, so for instance, if I was going to say photograph this water bottle, then you need to find every angle you can photograph this from. You know, most people are just going to sit it on a table and take a picture. But there's like an infinite number of ways to photograph this or video it. So the same is true when you're creating footage for your story. Is you want to create all different angles, and don't worry about how it's going to be used, because that's the video editor's job. My job is to go through the footage and pull out the stuff that I can use for my story, right? So don't worry about what you're shooting. Just shoot everything. And like here, when the videographer caught the boat going by, he just saw it happening and he shot it. And that's what you want to do. You want to shoot everything. So like in my famous Paris video, there's a shot of birds flying across the sky, and they're going from left to right. And then there's another shot of birds going from right to left. Well, I was able to use both of those birds flying different directions to match the editing that was present in that video. So I basically used the birds flying kind of as a transition, like a video transition. I didn't put some hokey flipping, visual effect in there. I actually used the birds flying across the sky in different directions to go along with the story and the movement and the other factors that were in that video. So you basically, and if I didn't have those birds flying, then I would have had to do something else. But I had the birds flying, and that's only because the videographer captured the birds flying. He didn't know if that was going to be used or not. He just captured it. So that's the point, is you want to capture everything. And this is why it's hard to video yourself. You really need to have a person to video you. So just like Anthony here, Anthony is being followed around by a videographer, and he's just doing his thing. He's doing his photography. He's on the boat. He's going to the location that he's going to take his photographs at. And the videographer is just capturing everything. So if you're a yoga instructor, then you need to have someone in your store, in your studio, videoing everything that happens. And then you need to capture interviews. And we'll look at interviews in a minute. So there's basically two parts to a documentary style video. There's the audio track, and then there's the visual track. Sometimes those are both. Sometimes they're the same. So the audio, the video, the visual, the B-roll can have audio, and that audio you may use as part of your audio track. So I'll show you that later. But in general, there's two parts. there's the audio track and the visual track. And the visual track is commonly called B-roll, and then the audio track is just audio. But it's not a voiceover. And that's what a lot of people think is, oh, you're doing a voiceover. No, you're not doing a voiceover. So a proper documentary editor goes through the interviews and pulls out all the important talking points and then builds a script on the timeline. So documentary editors don't write a script, they build a script on the timeline. So let me jump over to some audio here. So this is Anthony sitting in his hotel room, and he's being interviewed by the videographer. So we're going to listen to some of this, and I'm going to have to turn on and off my mic as we do this because I'll get some echo. So let me turn off my mic, and I'm going to play some of this, and I'm going to come back and talk about it.
So sorry.
Okay,
So I'm here in
so I'm
Venice.
here in Venice,
And it's
and
turning out to be
turning
a
out to be a
good
good trip.
The light's
The
been
light's been
okay, but
okay, but
I mean today
you know,
had
today had a
just one of the
just
best
one of the best
sunrises
sunrises I've seen in
literally
literally
years.
years,
It
and
was just stunning.
stunning.
All the more so
All the more
because
so
of
because of
where I was
where I
at
was at,
in St.
St.
Marco
Marco
Square,
Square,
and the sun
and the
came
sun
up off
came
the
up off the
clouds,
clouds, and it was
it's incredible. I'm so
incredible.
glad
I'm
it
so
came.
glad it came.
You know,
You know,
I've shot
I've
London
shot
so
London
much,
so much.
just kind of
Just kind
it's
of
incredible. I'm so
incredible.
glad
I'm
it
so
came.
glad it came.
And the sun
And the
came
sun
up off
came
the
up off the
clouds,
clouds,
where I
and
was
where I
at,
was at,
just stunning.
stunning.
All the more,
All the more,
just one of the
just
best
one of the best
sunrises I've seen. The light's
The light's been
so I'm here in
so I'm here in
Venice.
Venice.
So I'm here in
So I'm here
Venice.
in Venice.
So I'm here.
So I'm here.
So I'm here in
So I'm here in
Venice.
Venice.
And it's
And it's
turning out to be a
turning
good
out to be a
trip.
good trip.
The light's
The light's been
the light's been okay, but
okay, but
I mean today
you know,
had
today had a
just one of the
just
best
one of the best
sunrises
sunrises I've seen in
just one of the
just
best
one of the best
sunrises I've seen
in
literally
literally
years.
years, and
It was just stunning.
stunning.
All the more
All the more
because
so
of
because of
where I was
where I
at
was at,
in St.
St.
Marco
Marco
Square,
Square,
and the sun
and the
came up
sun
off
came
the
up off the
clouds,
clouds, and it was
it's incredible. I'm so
incredible.
glad
I'm
it
so
came.
glad it came.
And the sun
And the
came
sun
up off
came
the
up
cloud.
off the cloud. It came.
I've shot
I've
London,
shot
so,
London
much,
so much,
over and over
over and
again.
over again. I've
Something
something
exotic,
exotic,
something
something mysterious.
You know,
You know,
need any more
need any
pictures
more
of
pictures
London.
of London, and
I thought,
I thought,
you know,
you know,
pictures of
pictures
London.
of London, and
I thought,
you know,
I want to do something
I want
exotic,
to do
something mysterious.
something mysterious.
And the
And
closest thing was
Venice.
Venice, suggested to me by my wife.
Suggested
And
by
I
my
was
wife.
like, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll go do Venice. And
And
gotta say,
I'd say
it's a big mystery.
It's a big mystery.
The city's a giant
It's a
labyrinth.
giant labyrinth.
It's a big
It's
mystery.
a big mystery.
Gotta say,
Gotta say, it's
gotta say,
gotta say, it's
of
of
waterways
waterways
and dead
and
ends
dead ends
and
and
narrow
narrow
passageways.
passageways.
All right. So let me come back on audio here and talk to you about this audio clip right here. So let me go ahead and chop this clip, and then I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to come over here to the end, and I'm going to paste it in, and then I'm going to zoom in on it. Okay. So this is a small clip from the interview, and there's a few good parts in here, but a lot of it's crap. Like here in the beginning, he's slapping himself. And then here he's scratching and he's making all kinds of sounds. So all that is just crap. I can't use any of that.
So I'm here in
So I'm here
Venice.
in Venice.
So he does a lot of ums and ahs and sniffles, and he's just not a good speaker. But he doesn't have to be, because we're going to just chop out
And it's
all that.
turning out to be a good trip.
So
The
see, I don't need all that. So I'm just
Yeah.
going to chop that out.
the light's
Light's
been
been
okay, but
okay, but
Light's been okay. I don't really like the way he said it.
okay, but
hey, but
I mean today had a
today had a
And then he's going to talk about his great
Today had a-
sunrise.
just one of the best
just one of the best
sunrise,
sunrise.
just one of the
Just
best
one of the best
sunrises I've seen in
in
literally
literally
years. It
years,
was
and
just stunning.
stunning.
All the more so
All the more
because
so
of
because of
where I was
where I
at
was at.
in St.
St.
Marco
Marco's
Square,
Square,
and the sun
and the
came
sun
up off
came
the
up off the
clouds,
clouds, and it was
it's incredible. I'm so
incredible.
glad
I'm
it
so
came.
glad it came.
You know,
You know,
Don't need any of that.
I've shot
I've
London
shot
so
London
much,
so much.
just kind of.
And I don't need any talk about London.
I thought,
Thought,
you know,
you know,
I want to do
I
something
want to do something
exotic.
exotic, and
You know,
you know,
I want to do
I
something
want to do something
exotic,
exotic,
something mysterious.
So basically, what I'm doing is I'm chopping out all of the crap.
And
And
the closest thing was Venice, suggested to me by my wife, and I was like, yeah, it's a good idea. Exotic, something mysterious. And the closest thing was Venice, suggested to me by my wife, and I was like, yeah, it's a good idea. I'll go do Venice. And gotta say, it's a big mystery. I'll go do Venice. I'll go do Venice. And gotta say, it's a big mystery. The city is a giant labyrinth of waterways and dead ends and narrow passageways.
Okay, so I basically cleaned this up roughly. Okay. So I cut out all the crap and I kind of put together a possible clip here of what I want this audio to be. So we're just going to listen through this one clip and see how it makes sense.
So I'm here in Venice, and it's turning out to be a good trip. The light's been okay, but I mean today had just one of the best sunrises I've seen in literally years. It was just stunning. All the more so because of where I was at in St. Marco Square, and the sun came up off the clouds, and it was
Okay, so all this stuff in here I don't really need.
Literally
Years.
years. It was
And
just stunning.
stunning.
So stunning.
All the more
All
so
the more
because
so
of
because of
where I was
where I
at
was at.
in St.
St.
Marco Square.
Square.
He doesn't sound that excited, right? Like he should be more excited. So I don't really like this interview, but I can get what I need out of it.
And the sun
And the
came
sun
up off the
came up off the
clouds,
clouds,
and
and it was
it's incredible. I'm so
incredible.
glad
I'm
it
so
came.
glad it came.
I thought,
Like that's the first place he got excited right here.
incredible. I'm so glad it
so
came.
glad it came.
But it doesn't match the rest of his tone.
I thought,
Thought,
I want to do something
"Wanna do
exotic, something mysterious.
mysterious.
I'll go do
I'll go do
Venice.
Venice.
Gotta say,
Gotta say,
I want to do
I
something
want to do something
exotic,
exotic,
something mysterious.
mysterious.
I'll go do
I'll go do
Venice.
Venice.
Gotta say,
Gotta
it's
say,
it's a big
it's a
mystery.
big mystery.
The city is a
The city is a
giant
giant
labyrinth
labyrinth
of
of
waterways
waterways
and dead
and
ends
dead ends
and
and
narrow
narrow
passageways
passageways
and dead
and
ends
dead ends
and
and
narrow
narrow
passageways
passageway
and dead
and
ends.
dead ends.
So I need to clean this up.
And
And
narrow
narrow
passageways
passageways
and dead
and
ends
dead ends.
and dead ends. It's a big mystery. The city is a say it's a big mystery. The city is a I'll go do Venice. Gotta say, it's a big mystery. I thought, I want to do something exotic, something mysterious. I'll go do Venice. Gotta say, it's a big mystery. The city is a giant labyrinth of waterways and dead ends and narrow passageways. Narrow passageways and narrow passageways. So I'm here in Venice, and it's turning out to be a good trip. The light's been okay, but I mean today I had just one of the best sunrises I've seen in literally years. It was just stunning, and the sun came up off the clouds, and it was incredible. I'm so glad it came. I thought, I want to do something exotic, something mysterious. I'll go do Venice. Gotta say, it's a big mystery. The city is a giant labyrinth of waterways and dead ends and narrow passageways.
Okay, so that sounds pretty good now. It sounds like a usable track of audio. So then what I would do is I would start looking for my B-roll clips to put on top of it. So I'm just gonna skim through here and grab some and show you. So I need to find like a sunrise. So let's see if I can find, this is kind of a sunrise here, right? So I'm going to come in here where he's kind of facing the sun, like right there. And I'm going to put an in point there. So I don't like him talking. So I'm going to put an out point there.
Seen in
In
literally
literally
years.
years.
I mean today
And
I
today I
had
had
just one of the best
sunrises
sunrises I've seen in
I've seen in
literally.
So
okay, but
okay,
I mean,
but
today
I mean,
had
today had
just one of the
just
best
one of the best
sunrises
sunrises I've seen.
I mean, today
I mean,
had
today had
just one of the
just
best
one of the best
sunrises
sunrises I've seen in
literally
literally
years.
years.
It
It
was
was
just
just
stunning,
stunning.
and the sun
And the
came up
sun
off the
came up off the
clouds, and
clouds, and it was
it's incredible.
incredible. So,
Okay. So I've got this little shot of him capturing that sunrise, right? Really, I don't know what he's taking a picture of, but it doesn't matter because he's saying he's capturing sunrise. So over here, I see a sunrise. So I can also use this. So I can come in here and capture this sunrise.
I've seen
in
literally
literally
years.
years. It was just
Stunning.
stunning.
And
So even though that's not really what he was taking a picture of, I can show that.
in
In
literally
literally
years.
it was just
Stunning.
stunning.
Because this is a whole different location than this one. But nobody really knows that. When they're seeing it for the first time, they're just hearing the words and their mind is going to see the image on the screen and they're going to hear the words at the same time. So it's all going to make sense, right? And then over here,
So I'm here in
So I'm here in
Venice.
Venice.
so he said, so I'm here in Venice. So basically I need to find a good clip that represents Venice. So we need to find like an iconic shot like the gondolas, right? So I could also use this. I could use like this shot of the overview. And I can bring this down here. I don't need that much of it, obviously. So I can just pick a part that's kind of settled. And then I can come in here and I can use this. So he says, I'm here in Venice. And then I want to cut to the boats. Right there. So here, I want to show the boats. So I'm going to do, yeah, this part right here, where it's showing the boats. That's a good clip right there. So that's pretty much iconic Venice, right? So now I've got a clip, it's way too long, but I've got a clip now of where he says Venice. So let's see what he's talking about here.
So I'm here in Venice, and it's turning out to be a good trip. The light's been okay, but I mean,
I don't like where he says, it's been okay, right? I want it to be fantastic. So I'm going to chop out that part.
turning out to be a good trip, and it's turning out to be a good trip, and it's turning out to be a good trip. The light's been, and it's turning out to be a good trip. And it's turning out to be a good trip. The light's been okay, but I mean today. And it's turning out to be a good trip. I mean today had just one of the best sunrises I've seen in literally years. It was just stunning. And the sun came up off the clouds and it was incredible. I'm so glad it came.
So that's a good little clip right there. I cut out the fluff, and then I would continue laying down some B-roll and refining it, maybe adding some spacing in here. So I may decide to, put a little spacing in between certain, words or phrases or whatever. And then I would start refining the B-roll footage that's on top, like that. So give it a more natural kind of speaking rhythm. And then I'd put some background sounds in there to kind of fill in some of that dead space, right? So that's basically the process of doing storytelling video editing. So it's not just, clip, and post it. It's far from that. So I'm going to end this session here because I'm going to take a little break before my next session. But I'll be starting up again at 10 a.m. So come back and join me here on Facebook and on YouTube. Thanks for watching.